All right, back in the studio. Now, I know what you're thinking. This looks a little bit funny, looks a little bit phallic, but it is basically a snorri cam. It's a really cool thing. And it means that I can, spin around and do stuff. And you have this really cool kind of feature film look. Now, what it is basically a vest like this. The Insta360 PGY Tech kind of waist. You can put it on your back, so you can, if you're on a motorbike, film stuff behind you, film stuff in front of you. And it comes in really handy if you're motorbiking, skiing. You can get some really cool, shots with that behind you or looking the other way, which is really, really nice. You just basically stick it on the selfie stick, screw it in, and you're done. Right. Next thing, which I actually used in Vegas on the salt flats, going really, really fast, is the triple suction cup car mount, which is right here. Actually, I used the double cup car mount in Vegas. This is the triple one, so it gives you 3 points of attachment. You have these tilter suction cups, and you basically put it all together with on NATO rails, and you can connect your Insta360 Ace Pro 2, looking at your camera, looking at your car, or looking at the other way whilst you're driving. And you can get some really cool perspectives on this with your camera, and you're pretty sure it's safe. But I would always use tethers with suction cups just in case, even though these, when you do pump them down, you pump them down to a point where you don't see the gray. And then it's safe. If you start seeing the gray, you got to stop the car, pump it down, and make sure it is safe on there. Always make sure the car is nice and clean before you attach the suction cups. But yeah, this is a really cool system. It comes in the triple and the dual, and it is fantastically, and I mean fantastically made, and it's great for action cameras. Right, the next thing, something that actually isn't official, the only unofficial thing, and that is the VRig Ace Pro 2 AC battery port cover. And it's pretty simple. It basically is a door, so you take off the original door, which is really simple, pull it off, and you put on this door. You kind of have to put it upside down, lock it down, and there you go. And it is now attachable to your Insta360 mount vertically, which is fantastic, and it works really well. Now, I was quite surprised that this door isn't waterproof. I think that's really, really odd. Basically, it's really nicely made. It works very well. The quick release is perfect, and it's fully metal. I wish it was waterproof so we could use it underwater. We wouldn't have to change out, doors, but you can't have everything, I guess. So that is the only unofficial one from VRig. Right, next thing, we do have different cages. We have the official cage, the utility frame, which is actually very nice. It is made with small rig, and you basically get your camera and you slide it in. And when you do slide it in, you can lock it down, and it looks really nice. I gotta tell you, it looks pretty damn cool. It makes the Ace Pro 2 look kind of beefy, and you have 1, 2 hot shoes, you have access to the quick release, you have access to the actual door, so you can open the door, there's a little lock on it, and you can get to your battery without having to take the frame off, which is really, really nice. And you have access to all the buttons. It basically will make sure that your investment, if you're, doing some downhill or some skiing or something, is nice and safe. That's really, really great. Right, we do have these two, which are really great. One of them is an accessory that you can put on straight on to your quick release, yeah, and it gives you a hot shoe or a cold shoe. Now you have, apart from that, if you want to, you can put on the actual side kind of L plate, and then once you have that on, you have like a vertical and a horizontal connection, and you can stick on the actual cold shoe mount, which is really cool. So you have the vertical, horizontal, and you have the option to put it on the side or on the other side, which is nice. So buying these two together is actually beneficial. Getting it on and off is really easy because they have little kind of locks that you have on the side, and they're very sturdy. So those work very, very nicely. Next thing, I would always recommend a screen protector. As I'm not really very delicate with the Ace Pro 2 or the Ace Pro 1 for that matter. Screen protectors come in handy. I have hit the screen pretty hard a few times, and the screen protector actually saved my Ace Pro 1 and Ace Pro 2. So I do recommend these. They're not very expensive, but they will give you peace of mind. You know, it's peace of mind. A memory card. All right, Insta360 have their own memory cards, and the 512s are, they also give you peace of mind because you can just record and record and record. You don't have to worry, especially if you're recording 8K. This 512 gigabyte memory card from Insta360 does come in handy, and you do need a memory card to record on the Ace Pro 2. When it comes to actual quick releases, you do have the really cool one from Insta360 that has a quad 20 on top, so you can mount it to your X4, X3, X2, or your camera, you know, anything that has a quad 20, and it has GoPro, you know, feet on the bottom, or GoPro mount, whatever you want to call it, a quad 20 on the bottom, and it has a lock, so when you do put your Ace Pro 2 on it, you can lock it so it doesn't come off by mistake. That's a really nice function of this, and I like that it connects to basically everything because it does have a quad 20 on top and on bottom, so that's really nice to use. You also have the original Insta360 Ace Pro mount, and that works really well, and I have it attached actually whilst we're on the subject to the multi-mount from Insta360 and PGY Tech, and I basically use this for everything. I connect this when I'm doing comparisons on top, and I use this for everything. It's nice, you can hang it off stuff with this little kind of notch here, and it's really well made. It's basically like the original Mantis pod from PGY Tech, which was fantastic. So that works really well. All right, cases. Yeah, we have a big case, which is really cool. It's got a nice zip. It's padded. Inside you have an insert, and you have like this kind of mesh on top, so you can put cables and stuff in there, and you can basically put batteries in here, your mounts, your charger, and everything. Or you can take it out, like I actually do quite a lot, because I basically just chuck everything in, and you can have it completely empty, which is nice. So even if you're not using it for an Insta360 camera, it can come in handy just for camera stuff. I like this one, but when I was in Frankfurt recently with Insta360, they actually gave me this one, and it's a really tiny one. You've got space for 3 little micro SDs. You also have another little mesh. You can put a cable in there, and you can put the actual Ace Pro 2 in there, or whatever camera you want really. And it's really small and cute, and you can, you know, take it anywhere with you. Selfie sticks. Now, we have the Siri Insta360 kind of carbon selfie stick. It is the Action Invisible selfie stick, and I use this one a lot. You can also get the metal one in bling gold. It's really nice, but this one is cool, and it's just light. It's long because it's about this long. So for, you know, for a 360 like the X4, it's great. But I use this actually with my Ace Pro 2, and it works pretty well. It's nice if you have a ball head on it or something, but because, you know, it's not a 360 camera, but I normally just hold it out, you know, straight, and it does the job. But Insta360 do have a new one called the Power Selfie Stick, and it comes with a cable and a screw for your GoPro. And it basically, what it is that this bottom bit right here is a battery. So you can power your Ace Pro 2 as long as you want. And you have a USB-C on the side to charge the actual battery, and at the top you have 2 USB entries or exits, and you can connect one of these to your camera and have it powered on all the time. And not only that, you have an on-off button and a record button, so you can control your Ace Pro 2 with this. You don't have to touch it. You can basically just press record, stop, on, off. Works very nicely. It's very nicely made, and it does say you do have to update your camera to the latest firmware to use it, but I actually do like this one a lot. It's very nice. If you want to be pro, like really pro, one of my favorite companies, Freewell, they make filters for the Insta360 Ace Pro 2, and in here, what do we have? We have a PL, ND8, ND16, and ND32, which should cover you for most stuff, and it will get you down to 180-degree rule, which basically states that for natural motion blur, your shutter speed should be twice that of your frame rate, so 25 will be 1/50th. And these will allow you to do it. They're really nice. You basically just slide them on, and they're friction based. They stick on there really, really nice and tight. So those really simple upgrade. Batteries. All right, so obviously you need a battery, and you need 2 batteries, and then you need 3 batteries. Even though the battery life on the Ace Pro 2 is fantastic, I would consider having 3 batteries. And when you do have 3 batteries, I would consider getting the fast charge hub, because then you can stick 3 batteries in here, fast charge them by the USB-C, and boom, these things charge up so fast, all 3 in a hub, overnight, don't have to wake up in the morning, and they're all ready. So the fast charge hub and an extra 2 batteries goes a long way. They come in this nice little case if you like cases. But Insta360 in this inconspicuous white box also has this brand new charger, which also charges via USB-C. It is not only a charger, but a power bank. So you've got these little lights at the bottom which tell you how much life is in there. And you have the X3, the Ace Pro, and the X4 batteries in there. And these little notches that kind of help you make sure everything's connected in the right place and it doesn't slide around and move around. And you have 2 micro SD card slots up top. So basically this thing, if you're out and about, it's small enough to fit in your pocket, and you can put, like, you know, your batteries in there, get them charged. And if you're out and about running and gunning, this does a superb job. I really do like what they've done with this. Couple of mounts here. We have the bike seat rail mount. This is fully metal. It is really well made. It's very simple. Basically mount it to your bike seat rail, and then you can have your camera pointing backwards with a nice view of the tire getting all dirty and, you know, messy. I do like that. But one of my favorite ones is definitely the backpack clip. It's nice, it's got a little ball head on it, and you can have it on your backpack, so you don't even have to hold your camera. You can just stick it on there like this, and you're walking around, you know, mountaineering, whatever you guys are doing. And you have this. It's a little bit like the Peak design, but it's designed, you know, specifically for the Insta360. So that's pretty cool. You can use it on all the cameras, really. It's got a GoPro mount on top, swivel head, and it does have rubber in the middle, so it attaches really nice and tight to your backpack. I think that's everything from this side. Yep. Let's go to this side. So for you underwater crazies out there, we have the dive case, which I gotta tell you is really very, very nice. It allows you to go to 60 meters, which is 197 foot. Wow. And you also get, you know, your kind of, what are they, humidity kind of pieces in here that you put in there so it doesn't get fogged up. You get a 1/4-20 GoPro mount and a GoPro mount with a male and female 1/4-20. And it's very solid. It's very, very solid, and it's very nicely made. You stick your Ace Pro 2 in there and you can go deep diving. I don't deep dive because I hyperventilate, but I dive, you know, as far as my body will let me. But this will definitely be cool if you are diving. Now, if you're just bobbling around like I normally do, we have the floating hand grip here from Insta360. It's pretty cool. Actually, if you unscrew it, you have air in there, which is nice. And maybe you can put some stuff in there, accessories, but basically this will allow it to float. You've got a 1/4-20 at the bottom. On top, we do have the GoPro mount, so you can connect it all together, and you know, it just bobbles, so you're never gonna lose your camera if it does fall off, though, even though you do have a wrist strap. So yeah, never lose your Ace Pro 2, or any camera for that matter, when in the sea. It's just gonna bobble up and down. I have one of these original ones. I think it's called the Bobber. It's about, I don't know, 10 years old, yellow, but this one is a lot nicer. Anyway, let's talk about remotes. Right, so we have 2 types of remotes. We have the really nice preview remote, and we have the GPS remote. Both of them GPS, so you can use them for all your stats. But the preview remote is my favorite. It's a little bit pricey, I'm not gonna lie to you, but it's beautiful. It's like an iWatch, it's like an iWatch Ultra, maybe. And you have a wrist mount, so you can put it on your wrist, and you have a handlebar mount, which is really cool. Now you have a charger, so when you need to, you put it on and you charge it, and you can actually take the little cable out if you don't want to put the whole thing on there. And basically this thing, when you update it, because you have to update both of these to work with the Ace Pro 2, it will give you the image. So everything you see on here is here, and there's there's a little bit of lag, but very little. But if you're, you know, you got this attached somewhere and you have it on your watch or on your handlebar, you can see everything, which is really fantastic. If you don't want to, you know, if you're downhill and you don't want to put your phone on your handlebar because you think it's going to get ruined or something, you can have just a little watch and you can see exactly what you're filming. You can press stop, record. You can change all the settings. You can go through the stats. You can go through the GPS, everything. It is by far my favorite. The quality on this is insanely high. It is very nice. The GPS remote is compatible with the Ace Pro 2, and it's a lot cheaper, and it's basically MS-DOS, you know? It's simple, you don't have any bells and whistles. Record, stop, turn it on and off, and, you know, also update it for it to work with the Ace Pro 2, but it does a fantastic job. And you do have these two options, as well as the app on the phone, and as well as, you know, you have Garmin, Apple devices. The Ace Pro 2 has so many accessories that are fantastic, and not only from Insta360, but you've got Sunny Life. I did a video up here as well on Sunny Life and accessories. They have so many great things to allow you to create, to, you know, widen your horizons and what you can do with this little camera. Mount it in different places, in different ways, take it 60 meters underwater. I absolutely love everything that Insta360 does with this camera and all their cameras. So yeah, if you have any questions, if you have any comments, drop them down below. If you did like my film, give me a like, subscribe, you know, ring that bell. And remember, all the links are down below. You just click on it, boom, it takes you there, and you can purchase any of this cool stuff.